Hey guys, have you ever wondered what Love Island would be like if instead of an island, it was on a farm, and instead of doing nothing all day, they were picking up cow poop with their bare hands? Well, someone did, because this show exists. I've been watching a lot of reality TV lately because my body is like a Nature Valley bar in the bottom of your purse, falling apart and inedible. Unless you're like really brave. I watched the last season of Love Island. I watched Temptation Island. It's always on an island. I don't know why it can't be anywhere else, like a lagoon, since they're always lagooning. But the one I want to talk to y'all about is Farmer Wants a Wife. Farmer Wants a Wife is a reality TV show about astronauts who want a divorce. Just kidding, you know what it's about. It's literally in the title. It literally explains it. The show technically has been around since 2007, since it has a lot of variations in other countries, like Australia. That's a country, for example. But the US version actually just started in 2023, and just like everything else in this country, it's a fucking disaster. The problem that this show seeks to solve is how difficult it is for farmers to find someone to date.
I'm just living life right now, and I need to find that person who is my life.
They highlight how remote these farmers are and how much that limits their options, because it's not like they can date the pigs. Trust me, I've tried. This is one of the first pictures that pops up when you Google the show, by the way. You know, just a normal farming stance that you do on the farm. Me, when I have farm at 6 o'clock, and with great power comes great responsibility at 6:30. In episode 1, we meet the 4 farmers, and as they introduce themselves, every single one of them mentions that they're not the romantic type.
I'm not your normal romantic.
I would not consider myself a romantic.
I'm usually pretty tight-lipped on things like feelings and emotions.
And as we get to know them a little more, we realize that this was basically just their way of soft launching their avoidant attachment styles.
I think maybe that I have trouble expressing what love looks like for me, because to me, love is more of a feeling than words spoken. I just want somebody to like me for who I am. Take it or leave it.
Why did they edit it like that? To me, love is more of a feeling as opposed to others who consider it not a feeling. They say stuff like this so frequently that it kind of makes me wonder if anyone let them know they were going on a dating show. You know, a show where you're inevitably gonna need to be romantic and talk about feelings, maybe, probably. This is like going on Jeopardy and being like, yeah, I'm not the best at being asked questions. It's honestly pretty scary for me. Then why did you come here? Oh my God. Phew. You scared me. What's wrong with you? Stop! During one of his first dates, Farmer Alan reveals that he just got out of a relationship 6 months ago, and that the relationship he just got out of was a marriage.
Didn't I tell you I was married?
You were married?
Yeah, I was married to that woman.
And his date, Cassidy Joe, has a very interesting response to this.
You're divorced.
Yes.
I don't really believe in divorce.
You don't believe in it? Like you just don't believe it exists? Like Santa Claus?
Did you try?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I tried.
Did you try is such a funny thing to say in response to someone doing something unsuccessfully. Hey, instead of getting a divorce, did you try having a happy marriage? Did you try that? Did you try having a wife that loved you and didn't fucking hate you? Did you try that? Did you think of that? Speaking of thinking, I think it's time for us to talk about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Bombas. I don't know about you guys, but I hate being cold. And the coldest part of me, aside from my heart, is always my feet. So thank goodness for Bombas and their super comfy, super warm socks. Bombas is a comfort-focused brand with products of the premiumest quality, ranging from socks to slippers to undies. Their socks rise to the occasion, whether that occasion is chilling around the house, running errands, or just running in general. They don't have any awkward stabbing seams that get caught in between your toes, so the only thing your tootsies will be feeling is absolute bliss. My favorite pair right now is this merino cashmere blend. They're so soft that I can even sleep in them, which might not sound crazy if you're a wearing socks to bed person, but if you're a strict barefoot only sleeper like me, you understand that this is a huge deal, okay? This is massive news. Plus, when you buy a pair of Bombas socks, a pair is donated to someone experiencing homelessness. Bombas makes the 3 most requested clothing items in homeless shelters and donates one with every single purchase. So not only will your feet feel good, they'll also be doing good. If you want to check them out, just go to bombas.com/chadchad or click the link in the description and use code CHADCHAD for 20% off your first purchase. Thank you to Bombas for sponsoring, and let's get back to the video. Each of the farmers have to choose 5 women to come stay on their farms after a round of rapid-fire dates with everyone, which are full of the guys reiterating that they are not romantic at all, and while looking like they would literally rather be anywhere else.
He was a lot more calm than I was. So, I hope he's into me. He's not as excited as I am.
Farmer Ryan, this guy, compliments one of the women by saying this.
You have brown eyes.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yes.
And was this a compliment even? This was more of an observation. He just observed something about her. You are wearing a dress. Thank you. That's fire. Thank you. You're on fire. Thank you. Your dress is on fire. Thank you. At the end of their quick dates, the producers will ask the guys their thoughts about each one, and they really don't like that.
Did you like her?
Yeah, she's cool.
And she's just cool?
Yeah. There's a lot I can say about Lily. Looking at her, I feel. Let me just say that.
You know, there's so much I can say about Lily. But I won't. After the contestants are chosen, they make their way to the farms they'll be living on for the next 6 weeks.
A log cabin.
Oh, wow.
One of the farmers, Landon, has a decaying buck skull on his front porch because nothing says welcome like a visual reminder of your ability to kill. And the women on his farm walk in to realize that they'll be sleeping on bunk beds in his living room.
Oh my gosh, the bunk beds!
I think this is pretty funny because if you remove the novelty of farms from this situation, this is just where some guys live. Like, imagine sending 5 women to a guy's 450 square foot apartment where the only furniture is a bench press. The only food is protein powder. His mattress is on the floor. And the show is called Guy Wants a Girlfriend. Maybe, not really. He doesn't believe in labels. He just wants to see how things go, okay? Why are you rushing him? God, he's only 43. After the women arrive to their respective farms, they are immediately put to work.
We're just gonna push those cows down into the pasture.
It's important for me to see how the girls work in this environment.
The main factor in their wife search for all these farmers seems to be how much farm work their potential wife will be able to do.
I'm assuming you already gathered eggs and had breakfast ready?
I don't need a ranch hand. I need someone who's willing to help me on the ranch.
Every farmer consistently talks about needing to know which woman would fit his lifestyle best. And then the lifestyle they want them to fit into is being an unpaid ranch hand.
An extra set of hands just make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure a free set of hands makes a lot of difference. It's basically like love and romance on this dating show are second-hand priorities, and the first-hand priority is finding second hands. A second pair of hands. To do farm work for free. And as if that wasn't enough, the farmers also make comments about expecting help with the domestic side of farm life. They'll repeatedly mention how the farmers' homes need a woman's touch.
This is me. It needs a woman's touch a little bit.
We're living in a barn.
Which just adds to the overall vibe of the show that the women are here to work. Oh, I'm sorry, you thought you were a guest here? There's homes that need touching. Bless this house? No. Caress this house. The very first day the women get to Alan's farm, this guy, he has them doing this. It's almost like he was waiting for them to get there before he started this project. He doesn't actually want to date anyone. He just needed this tree cleared. He's probably still married. He has to be. Divorce isn't real. The women continue to do chores throughout the show, even if the farmers aren't around.
Lift with your legs, ladies.
In one episode, they even go as far as packing them all up and taking them to work on a friend's farm.
Guys, this is a longtime friend of mine, Jordan. He's got some calves here. We got to do some vaccinations, little worming, that kind of stuff. Free help, free help.
Free help, that's right.
So they're straight up being treated like ranch hands, except worse because they're not getting paid and they have to wake up and do glam makeup and hair every single day. By the way, if the women aren't overjoyed at the opportunity to provide free labor, that literally impacts their likeliness of moving forward in the show.
Sloan seems like a very nice girl,
Well, I'm glad my pants are already ripped.
but she really didn't necessarily jump in there head first.
Yeah, so Sloan actually didn't jump headfirst into a task she's unfamiliar with. She actually didn't smile enough while working for me for free. Something must be wrong with her. It seems less like Alan was expecting 5 women looking for love on his farm and more like he was expecting 5 Paul Bunyans. It just doesn't make sense because the entire entertaining appeal of this show is that it's a bunch of city girls trying out life on the farm.
I've never been in any area like this. It's definitely foreign to me.
But then the farmers are upset when they don't immediately know how to farm? Huh? Me when I take a fish out of water and then ask it to chop down a tree? Farmer Alan saying this about Sloan is especially unfair considering how willing to help she actually was.
This is so fun.
But it's okay, don't worry, things ultimately work out because he kicks her off the farm.
I just don't feel that connection between us. I think it's time to send you home.
And that's actually for the best because she deserves better. The women on Ryan's farm, this guy, spend their first evening there cooking an entire meal for everyone.
I think I should slice up some grapes and pop them in here.
Yeah, I think that'd be a nice touch.
You know, you may have to spend hours mending a broken fence on the farm, but at least at the end of the day, you still have to cook a meal for a man you don't know. Later on in the show, they actually prep food, arrange tables, and set out all the dishes so that Ryan's friends can come hang out while he does this. This has the same energy as those guys who find random tasks to do so they don't have to help their wife clean when they have people coming over. Babe, I would help you mop the floors, but I have to repave the cul-de-sac. You want me to help cook? Seriously? You're seriously asking me that right now when there are bike chains in the garage that need lubricating. Wow, you know what? You're a real bitch. Something else that really bothered me about this dating show was how little the producers actually planned dates. The show sets up one-on-one dates for each of the farmers once every 2 weeks, okay? The show is 6 weeks long, okay? There are 5 women on each farm, okay? 6 divided by 2 is 3, okay? And 3 does not equal 5. Okay? Which means there are not enough solo dates for each of the women to have one with the farmers. Which means some of these women will spend 6 weeks doing chores on the farm without ever actually dating the farmer. And every date that does happen will have hay. They'll be sitting around hay, they'll be sitting on top of hay, even if it doesn't make sense for hay to be there, it will be there, I guess, just to remind us that we're on a farm in case you forgot. The show will bring everyone together every 2 weeks as well for some kind of group activity, but those aren't dates and the farmers end up talking to each other instead of the women.
I ain't even kissed any of the girls. I ain't even got to that bridge yet.
As far as I can tell, the only other producer involvement is when they periodically will send letters to the farmers, letting them know they need to kick one woman off their farm. But the thing about those is the farmers don't actually have to kick anyone off.
You guys are okay with it? I'll just have all 5 of you stay.
I think every time a letter is sent out, at least one farmer just goes, no. I simply won't be doing that.
I think I need to take a little more time to get to know y'all.
Like, it makes sense the first time because the show sends them a letter after the first day, and that makes literally no sense because it's the first day the women have been there and the farmers haven't interacted with them at all, aside from saying, pick up that steak and put it over there, and your 10 minutes was 2 hours ago. Why are you on your phone? Obviously, Farmer Allen sends Sloan home because as someone who doesn't routinely chop down and clear fallen trees, she didn't know how to chop down and clear fallen trees. But the rest of the farmers don't send anyone home because they don't know these women at all yet.
I just don't think that I can comfortably make a decision tonight to send somebody home.
So honestly, props to them for calling that out and declining to do that.
What we'll do is we won't send anyone home.
Farmer Ryan also doesn't send anyone home, but it's only because he hasn't had a chance to make out with all of them yet. So I don't think he gets any props for that. Call him a mime because of how he doesn't have any props. However, throughout the rest of the show, they keep refusing to send anyone home.
I just can't send anybody home tonight.
I would like for you all to stay another week.
And while I do think that was a reasonable response the first time, it's also kind of crazy that they're allowed to do that. If you agree to go onto a TV show that has a format and established rules, that doesn't really feel like something you're allowed to opt out of. Like, what do you mean the participants of the show don't have to participate in the show? There's literally no stakes if they're allowed to just not do that. I mean, there's a lot of stakes. There's plenty of stakes. Like, there's stakes, but there's no stakes. If you've seen other reality TV dating shows like Love Island, you might be thinking, well, it's probably fine that the show didn't plan a lot of dates because the participants are actively living together so they can just hang out and talk to each other in between planned activities. Except no. No, they apparently can't.
Our ladies have something else on their minds.
One-on-one time, one-on-one time, one-on-one, alone time, one-on-one time.
One of the most recurrent complaints from the women on every farm by far is that the farmers are not talking to them.
What I'm hoping next is that I do get some one-on-one time.
I'd really love to get a little bit more attention from him. I really haven't got a chance to sit down and talk to him.
I need stuff to make me feel comfortable, and that is like being able to pull me one-on-one.
We have had absolutely no one-on-one time.
So I haven't had a lot of one-on-one time with Alan.
To the point that the host of the show literally has to intervene.
I have not gotten to speak to him at all.
The host finds out that Ashley, this woman, has not spoken to Farmer Hunter since their initial 3-minute speed date, and that was 3 weeks ago. The host immediately pulls the guys to the side to have a chat with them.
Hey, gentlemen, come over. Let's have a sidebar.
And basically has to be like, hey, you guys are gonna have to talk to the women on your farm. You can't marry them without talking to them first. That's a different dating show. You're in the wrong one for that. It feels like the show was assuming the farmers would take initiative and try to get to know the women, and the farmers assumed the show would make them get to know the women. So they were kind of just passing the buck around back and forth, the decomposing one. The more time the women are there, the more apparent it becomes that they're barely interacting with the farmers at all in between the planned dates. Aside from chores, don't worry, they're still doing unpaid labor. So many of them don't have any idea where they stand with the farmers, and it's probably because the show is happening at their place of work. Like, if you ask 4 farmers who have admitted multiple times to being inexperienced with dating to choose between dating women or farm, they're going to choose farm. But we have to take it easy on these guys, okay? We can't just expect them to suddenly start dating everyone when they have very little dating experience. That's like asking someone who's never done farm work to do farm work, and if they're not immediately good at it, kicking them off the show. Like, you would never do that. That's just unreasonable. The woman who doesn't believe in divorce, Cassidy Joe, this is her. Cassidy Joe starts complaining that she and Farmer Allen haven't kissed yet and that she needs that physical affection.
I guess I wish we would have had a kiss.
I think it's going.
I know that I need that affection, right? Physical touch.
Maybe she should go to Ryan's farm. There's plenty of that to go around over there. But she starts being really weird about this.
I don't want to be too aggressive, but I want to show that I like him. I want to kiss you.
Even though Farmer Allen hasn't kissed any of the women on his farm and specifically set a boundary that he likes to move slowly.
I understand it all, but doesn't mean I want to have him, give him the space. I want to go, why don't you want to kiss me? I'm like a little kid.
Yes, you are, because you're throwing a tantrum like a little baby. She ends up throwing such a fit about this that he gives her a peck simply to appease her.
Kiss me, please.
Here.
Which is so fucked up. I don't have anything funny to say about this. I can't believe she didn't get kicked off the show immediately. So yeah, don't be like Cassidy Joe, who doesn't believe in divorce or apparently consent. As I've already mentioned, Ryan has no problem showing the women on his farm physical affection. He also has no problem doing it in front of people.
I can be romantic for my own way,
including the other women on his farm who are romantically interested in him and who he's also been kissing, sometimes hours before. For example, Haley, this woman, sees Ryan locking arms with someone else and has a justified response.
This man acts like he likes me. He doesn't. If Ryan doesn't want me here, I don't want to be here.
And she ends up confronting him in a very collected, very articulate way, okay? This is important.
The person you pick has to pick you back.
Yeah.
Like, you have to form a connection.
And then they make out. A lot. Which is crazy because right after this, Ryan starts questioning if he even likes her anymore because she's too emotional.
I'm not sure how a relationship with her would be because she's so much more emotional than the other girls.
Bro, what are you talking about? She simply reacted to you holding hands with someone else when she has feelings for you, and you've been telling her that you have feelings for her too, and she didn't even cry in front of you. She went into a porta potty to cry. Arguably the worst place to cry. He ends up confronting her about being emotional.
So you have an emotional side. Tell me about that.
Well, the fact that he's doing this while she's helping him clean up horse shit is so crazy. Hey, I've noticed you have reactions to my actions. Would you say you're a whiny bitch-ass baby? Also, can you cover for Sarah tomorrow? She's gonna be busy making out with me. So the next time the show sends an elimination letter, instead of just ignoring it, which everyone has still been doing, by the way, he sends her home.
Haley, I think you're gonna have to go home. I feel that we may have a disconnect, you know, with who I am as a person and who you are.
I think we may just have a disconnect with who I am, normal, and who you are, a whiny bitch-ass baby. And I literally can't make this up, guys. He starts crying while he's kicking her off the show for crying.
It's okay, don't be upset.
So it's actually great that he's been kissing everyone and getting a lot of practice with that, so that he knows how to kiss my ass. As the show gets closer to the finale, each farmer is down to 2 women. Yes, they actually did start making them kick people off. And to help them make their final decisions, the farmers get to meet the women's families, which is where it becomes very apparent that over the last nearly 6 weeks, they have learned nothing about these women.
What would you say are your favorite qualities about her?
I will say
he literally can't answer this question, and doesn't. They just awkwardly move on to less touchy subjects, like their age gap.
How old are you?
I just turned 31.
And she's
23.
There's an age gap there.
She's an old 23.
Ma'am, what does that mean? That makes no sense. That means nothing. Hey, can I rent this car? I'm 18. No, you have to be 25. But what if I'm an old 18? You still can't rent the car. Oh. Here's a gun though. Yay! The show also likes to make it a huge deal anytime one of the women dares to reference her own life.
So how long has your family been like in this area?
Like I said, my great-grandparents.
Yeah.
And being back makes me realize I do miss home.
Dude, all she said was she misses her hometown. Why are they acting like she said something terrifying? Literally anytime one of the women mentions her home or career, everyone reacts like it's genuinely the end of the world.
I love where I live now. Oh, this is farmer wants a wife, you know, it's not farmer wants to sell his ranch, move, and live happily ever after there.
Yeah, I think one day I might like to live close to my family. And I think I would maybe like to see my friends sometimes. For some reason, the implication of this show seems to be that wife is someone who gives up everything in her life forever, but there's zero expectation for the farmers to alter their lives in any way. It's exclusively the women being expected to change everything, move to the farm, work there for free, and never leave again. And that's a horse. I just described a horse. That's how a horse lives. Farmer actually wants a horse that can also wash his underwear. As the show gets closer to the final episode, they realize they have a little bit of a problem. Like I said, each farmer is supposed to be down to 2 women on their farm that they'll have to choose from during the finale. However, Ryan only has 1. Every woman on Ryan's farm has left. After he kicked Haley off for being too emotional, Lily, this woman, who is actively studying to be a mental health professional, sees this happen, recognizes it for the red flag that it is, and leaves without saying a word. She does write some though. She leaves a letter.
To Ryan, I've removed myself to help give you the clarity of your choice.
So that left Ryan with 2 women on his farm, both named Sarah, Sarah H and Sarah V. Yes, she is a person. No, she is not a daily moisturizing cream. Also, just a quick side note, but Sarah V does this thing where she changes her voice when she's talking to Ryan.
Do you like me? Check yes or check no? I haven't seen what's under that hat yet. Okay. Oh, he handsome with and without that hat.
But in her one-on-one interviews, she sounds nothing like that.
I would love in the end to be standing there and he choose me and I choose him.
Girl, stop. Girl, what are you doing? The other Sarah, Sarah H, also decides to leave the show because the moment she landed back home in New York, she was like, oh yeah, I don't want to go back there.
In New York, Ryan is at a crossroads.
No. That's a sidewalk. So instead of doing anything else about the fact that Ryan only has 1 woman left, the show decides the best course of action would be to go to Haley, too emotional Haley, and ask her to please come back.
Hello.
Hi.
I've missed you like crazy. I definitely want to have you back.
And how is that allowed? You can't just Control-Alt-Delete after kicking someone off the show. If the choices aren't final and can be undone, then how are we supposed to care about the choices? This is like when TV shows bring back dead characters so much that eventually you just don't even feel anything when a character dies.
Husband! I've been stabbed!
Oh no!
Tell the children I love them!
You're seriously asking me to do that? Seriously? When I've got kitchen tile to regrout? Farmer Landon is also choosing between 2 women with the same name. This is Ashley R and this is Ashley L. Did you get that? Have you got it? Please keep up. He ends up choosing Ashley L even though he's had a great connection with the other Ashley this entire time and he met her daughter.
Your mom had a favorite cow at my ranch that was black and white, just like your cat is.
Thank you.
I know it's just a part of the show and he didn't have a choice in meeting her family, but still, he brings her a stuffed animal and it's really sweet and he's always talking about how much he wants kids.
I picked Farmer Landon because I do know that he loves kids.
People always ask me when I want kids and I say 5 years ago.
So he wants kids starting years ago, but he doesn't end up with the woman who had a kid years ago? That's literally what you wanted. She could not be a better match. Her head might as well be made of red phosphorus. The show continues to try and convince us that Ryan has a tough decision to make, even though there's still only 1 woman left on his farm.
Ryan is still torn between his 2 final ladies.
The decision is tough between the 2 girls.
They keep referencing the 2 ladies he has to choose from.
The 2 ladies that I have left.
His 2 final ladies.
Between the 2 girls. The 2 ladies that I have left. Haley, she's demanded that I be more vulnerable. You know, I don't know where she stands. I don't know if she's even gonna be here.
No. No, she's not. The only couple that makes any sense is Hunter and Megan. They're really sweet together. You can tell they actually like each other. So at least one happy couple came out of this. I mean, at least Landon and Ashley. I mean, Alan and Kelsey. I mean, Ryan and Sarah V.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to go further.
I feel like the show's premise only exists because of how women are often expected to integrate into a man's life fully and sacrifice individuality after marriage, while also reinforcing the incorrect mindset that women's mental and physical labor is not fiscally valuable, but is something they just owe to husbands, or in this case, random farmers. It makes no sense to me that the women in the show are being asked to work on a farm, keep a house clean, cook all the meals, and give birth to children, while the guys are being asked to work on a farm. Just that one. That's the only one. Plus, there's no incentive to be on the show. There's no money for winning, and the contestants are barely being paid for their time, which means that the only prize is getting to marry the farmer. That's like if Wheel of Fortune ended with you getting to adopt a puppy. Like, sure, that's great if you wanted that, but you didn't really need to go on a show for it. And now you have to clean up after it and feed it, and it's gonna hump your leg. And a puppy would be a handful too. Anyway, guys, it's 6:30, so I gotta go. I have farm stuff to do.